Hi, this is Shraddha Kapoor.
Hi, this is Arjun Kapoor. Download the Bollywood Times app right now.
Ladies and gentlemen.
आज हम हिंदी में वार्तालाप करेंगे.
Ladies and gentlemen.
हिंदी में क्या कहेंगे?
Ladies and gentlemen. भाइयों और बहनों. My next guests are full of life, only to be not half loved. I love these guys even more.
You by-hearted this line.
No. Arjun Kapoor, Shraddha Kapoor Mohit Suri. Welcome to Bollywood Times.
Thank you for having us.
कैसे हैं आप लोग?
बढ़िया,
Tip-top.
बस आप कैसे
First class.
Halfway there. जकास. अच्छा halfway there है. एक बात बताएं. आपकी पहली मूवी जो आपके माँ बाप आपको लेकर गए, बताइए. सिनेमाघर में.
ओह. याद नहीं है यार.
ट्रायल्स देखते देखते बड़े होने का एक डिसएडवांटेज है.
10 Commandments स्टर्लिंग में.
वाओ. टाउन.
आई थिंक मैंने
याद नहीं है मुझे.
नहीं.
मुझे बहुत साफ याद है. हीना देखी थी. वो शायद पहली ना हो पर मैंने हीना आर के स्टूडियोज में देखी.
Wow, really?
मेरी पूरी फैमिली. माय मदर्स नेम वाज हीना, सो शी जस्ट पास्ड अवे. मेरी पूरी फैमिली गई थी हीना देखने को.
हाँ, आपने क्या कुछ तो देखा होगा. शक्ति जी की कोई फिल्म.
अंदाज अपना
नहीं.
मैंने वो ट्रायल में देखी थी.
मैंने उसकी ट्रायल 10 बार देखी है.
हाँ, मैंने वो ट्रायल में देखी
बहुत
थी.
सारी देखी है फिल्म.
वो अजंता आर्ट्स में होती थी.
हाँ, अजंता में.
हाँ, तो मैं और इमरान हाशमी उसमें स्नीक इन कर लेते थे. किसी और की भी ट्रायल पे हम लोग जाके बैठ जाते थे.
My best memories with my father have always been going and watching Hindi films in the theatre. So I think all the Hindi films I've grown up, I've gone with my father to see them.
You know, given your penchant for music, Mohit, कभी ऐसा लगा कि just like the West has, you know, Broadway musicals and West End, कि हिंदी फिल्मों का भी एक musical होना चाहिए, at least for a guy who loves music so much?
You know, मुझे लगता है कि unlike the West, जहाँ एक Broadway musical एक novelty है, I think music कहीं ना कहीं हमारे फिल्मों में ingrained है. I mean, I think it's a part of our culture. I think people, I mean, there are films that are very good जिसमें music नहीं भी होता है, and I've watched those films, and like Ramoji used to make a lot of films which I'm a big fan of his, and I used to go watch his films. But somewhere in our DNA, I think like Roti and Chawal, I think music, Hindi music is a part of it.
But Barish has received amazing response. Even your second song.
Yes.
फिर भी तुम्हें चाहूँगा. Right?
Yeah.
Let's sing Barish here. Come on, Shraddha, you're a singer. You wanna?
Let's sing Barish. That's it.
No, it's the song.
You know, हमेशा मैं और श्रद्धा का ये होता था. जब भी कोई इंटरव्यू बहुत लंबी होती थी ना ड्यूरिंग विलेन, मैं उसको बोलता था तुम गलिया गाना शुरू कर दो, इंटरव्यू उस टाइम खत्म हो जाता है.
नहीं, ये खत्म नहीं होने वाला, ये शुरू होगा.
We'll take this as a cue कि अब हम चलते हैं.
Because end में ये था कि जाने से पहले एक बार तो आपको
दो लाइनें तो
ये डूबे दिल मेरे to start. तो ऐसे जल्दी कर दे.
And I'm certain कई बार बिना बोले भी also she would.
नहीं, अभी ना.
Then I would only say मैं गाऊँ.
नहीं, now I call Shraddha. I say Shraddha, listen, I've got some work. What for a film or you want me to sing a song? That she answers the phone. I'm telling you.
श्रद्धा को गवाया इस फिल्म में?
Yes, we are working on a track with Mithun.
Oh wow, अभी भी.
Yes, we still are.
काम खत्म नहीं होता मोहित सूरी का.
हाँ.
अभी you wanted to say it now?
अरे please.
मैं अभी सुन रहा था वैन में. तो
बताए.
तो मतलब पास है?
और क्या?
Oh.
पर
congratulations.
I know. It's a very difficult song.
We're working on a song.
बहुत difficult.
It's a different song, and I think you guys will get to hear it soon in the coming weeks. So I think the reason I'm using her is because the kind of song we're doing requires that kind of expression.
What comes naturally to Arjun Kapoor?
Talking.
शांत बैठा है यार.
Talking. He's holding back.
I'm going to ask him a question.
I agree with that.
I'm going to ask him a question. How true, you worked in an adaptation of a Chetan Bhagat book. This one again, after 2 states.
He has the proud position to do a Chetan Bhagat biopic.
Almost there.
They've done a Dhoni biopic, they've done a Azhar biopic, he's done a Chetan Bhagat biopic.
How true do you stay to a book, Arjun? And how much of creative liberties do you think as an actor is necessary?
I stayed true to the book by not reading it.
You haven't read Half Girlfriend?
And Chetan's aware of that. I've not read Half Girlfriend or 2 States. See what happens in an actor's life. I don't have a ferocious appetite for reading any which ways. I read scripts. I grew up watching films. So in an actor's life, you get offered the film with a bound script and dialogues and an adaptation in place.
Right.
Most of the time.
I've never met anyone who reads the script so fast.
Oh wow.
Amazing. Like it's like he was shooting for something else, spoke to him, and 2 hours, 3 hours later he read it, which actually is the real time to read a script. But he read in 3 hours.
I read it immediately. I called him and I told him what I felt about it. And I think, I firmly believe when you're adapting a book, the director has to make choices. You cannot sustain the entire material over a course of 3 hours because there's a lot of storytelling in a book that doesn't necessarily be required because it's a visual medium also. So a lot of the descriptiveness or the descriptive nature gets reduced also. So I go with the judgment of a director. If the director would have told me, if either Abhishek or like Mohit would have said, no, I want you to read the book for certain pointers or certain thoughts about the character, I would have definitely, it's not like I shy away from it, but zarurat nahi padi. दोनों फिल्मों में चेतन भगत का मतलब the permissions were taken to make the required changes. What's amazing about Chetan and his writing, I guess, which I've discovered through both the scripts and I think more in Half Girlfriend also, is the fact that he's kind of found the conflict points of the middle class youth. True. He's combined two of the most relevant things in India today for the youth. One is education and the other is falling in love. And he's kind of merged both those elements very nicely in his storytelling, because in India, education is given a lot of importance. And what happens is you do step out of your comfort zone because you have to try and make it more than what your parents have. It's just a continuous journey that parents want the best for you.
That's a great thing you said, because at that age, the two dilemmas you have in life is education and love.
And he's cracked that to quite a degree. And both the films I've done, the foundation rests upon education and the conflict that comes in when love steps in. So the format being the same, the conflicts are different. Two States was a live-in relationship that the marriage becomes a problem. Here, the boy hails from a part of the country where just holding a girl's hand is a big achievement. To be able to, if he's kissed a girl and she's invited him to her house, he's assuming the best. That is कि आज तो शादी की बात होगी. Parents से मिलूंगा, पैर वैर छूंगा और बोलेंगे कि अपने मम्मी पापा को बुला लो, हम शादी की डेट फिक्स करना चाहते हैं. So Chetan actually has caught on to a good amount of the core audience sensibilities, which is very good for cinema because it appeals to pan India. So I'm lucky, without reading his material, I've suited his material. Nice. And he keeps telling me पढ़ लो, पर उसके बिना भी अभी दुकान अच्छी चल रही है तो बिना पढ़े चला लेता हूँ.
But that's his great. I mean, every director wants everyone to watch his film. That way, every writer would want everyone to read his book.
Yeah.
But now that you said this, don't you think Chetan Bhagat? I mean, assuming that, what if Chetan Bhagat would have written the screenplay and not Tushar Hiranandani? You think the perception would have been very different?
You know what he did, but he had the honest answer when he gave it to me. I said, would you like to be a part of the screenplay? Because he had just written. He started writing screenplays also. He wrote Kick's screenplay also.
Right.
I think he was part of the writing process.
But he said, I'm too attached to it to write it, to do this.
Kind of detach
and I don't know what to cut, because for me, I've lived with this, and like we've been working for 3 years, but he's been working for 3 years before that. So he said I wouldn't know what to lose and what not to keep. And it was a flat no. It was a flat direct. There was no negotiation there.
You allow your baby to let go in somebody's hands where you put faith and trust and you say, you come back to me and show me what I had only created in a new light. And I think that's an adventure that you want to live if you have the people you trust. So I think that way, Mohit and he had that equation where he could trust Mohit and he didn't have to get overtly involved also.
I want to ask you, Shraddha, what have you seen over the years? How has romance evolved in the Indian film industry?
Oh, I think that's a good question. Well, it's definitely evolved largely, I feel. And I'm actually a sucker for
Vintage.
old vintage. That's true.
Vintage
Since
love.
I've shown him my new watch, my new old watch of my father's. So one of my my top favorite film is Pyasa. And Kagaz Ke Phool is also probably in the top 5. I feel it's come a really long way. I feel just the way that times have evolved. Along with that, even the love stories have evolved. But I still feel that there are certain things that don't change.
Like the rain.
सब कुछ बदल जाएगा लेकिन कुछ नहीं बदलेगा.
No, not the rain. I feel the whole idea of eternal love, even though maybe in today's day and age, I don't know, it's not as existent, I would say.
We all want it, we all crave it, but we're not capable of creating it or actually achieving it because we are so unfortunately selfish in a world that has become so fast that you cannot slow down and take a moment to truly understand that is what will make you happy, not the chase.
I think that's where Half Girlfriend stands out in whatever this thing. It goes back to the core of
what makes you happy.
What makes you happy, but at the same time, it's what's nice about it. I mean, when I'm not talking about my own film, but the writing material that I got, that the the whole obsession is not stalkerish, and it's not like the age-old divana of writing letters in blood and obsessing and stuff.
And
like
it's
that.
not one-sided either.
It's if you love someone, you play your role of love and be the person you are. In the end, that's what makes a heart change. He doesn't ever get dramatic or how we used to see it in films before. I think what has changed is in love. I mean, it's not like people don't fall in love. They say WhatsApp has come in and Facebook has come in and things, and you have Tinder and you have stuff like that. But if you have to fall in love, all this doesn't matter. You will still find yourself thinking about that person, spending sleepless nights, and that can never change in humans.
Now there's a misconception of what love actually is.
What is it?
Earlier, love, as in the first moment you felt connected to somebody, you basically eventually invested in that. Today,
Love at
what
first
happens
sight.
is love at first sight is not always going to happen, because there are a lot of first sighters that you're having as in both the sex. That's what happens.
And I
you're interacting all the time, and there is the physicalities come into it more than you confuse that with love.
It's as simple
I know what you're
as
saying.
there's a song that I really love called Gulo Mein Rang Bhare. It's one of my favorite songs. It's actually the inspiration of the song you can make out is a guy who waits in a park for hours and waiting to chale bhi aao ki gulshan ka karobar chale is what the line says. He's actually a guy waiting in a park, waiting for his love to come because he thinks the flowers will bloom if you come. I think today you won't wait in a park. There's WhatsApp to the girl where the hell you are and actually know exactly where she'll be. So I think that has changed. But it's not that people will not want
But I think
to.
The
technology.
quest is still the same.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
just
True,
we've
true.
lost
So
the patience
Very
to
true.
achieve it. It's
Very
just
true.
there's an impatience in love also now. Not to undermine anybody who does. Everybody has their own interpretation of it. But I think just as time has evolved, technology has evolved, love has also evolved in various degrees. Today, love पहले बोलते थे ना प्यार एक ही बार होता है. आज बार होता है, लगातार होता है, जब तक राइट वाली ना मिल जाए होते रहता है. तो it's sort of become that there's no permanence in falling in love. No, there's no permanence.
Give me the basketball
Also,
now.
I think nowadays
I know what you're
people
saying.
give up too easily.
Yeah, that's what.
That through thick and thin, I don't know if
वो
people...
निभाना बहुत मुश्किल होता है.
निभाना,
प्यार कर सब
exactly.
लेते हैं, निभाते बहुत कम.
How difficult, Arjun, was, I mean, what was more difficult, if that's a question I would ask? Was it preparing for the lingo that you have used in Half Girlfriend, or was it playing the basketball?
But both were equally challenging. But that was the excitement also. The butterflies in your stomach lead you to push yourself for these kind of situations. You become an actor to actually find material like this. So I was just flabbergasted that this material has arrived to me, and I had to make it my own, and I had to own it. I had to find ownership on Madhav Jha. I had to become Madhav Jha. It was not something that I doubted for a second that I will have to change my life for this role. And I did that because I was excited about it as an actor. Both were difficult. I would say what was good for me was that me and Mohit were on the same plane. When I read the material, there was a potential to play the character in a certain way or in another way. There were two choices. Either you play up the fact that he's from a place, or you make it organic that, okay, this character hails from a place that is there, but he's also, he's more than just that. So he was very clear that we want to play him as real as possible. We don't have to play up the fact that he's from here, because the film is not only about he's from here. It is about this conflict that exists in society in India. He's from Bihar, of course.
What I think he's getting at is, I think for me, what I keep telling both of them is, I think in our South Africa schedule is where I think our film got made, is what I feel, is because it's when, when the actors started responding at an emotional level for the film. I think that's when the film was made. I remember once we shot a scene and I tweeted about it in the night where I felt that once when I shot this scene with her in Ashiki where she does this whole Main Girti Padti Rahungi, and those are the days where you feel proud as a director because you shot that scene and you've touched something in yourself. There was a scene he did in South Africa where I remember tweeting about it also and saying that that's when you get to know your film, start talking back to yourself. I think getting the direct, getting basketball require amount of physical work and dedication, and there's no doubt about it. But sometimes you can reach that emotional level or you can't. The way I read Half Girlfriend was as a love scene and love film, and not as a frivolous rom-com.
Nice.
And that either comes with an actor or doesn't come. You can cheat it by putting background score. You can cheat it by shooting it in a different way. But there was a day when I told him that this is it, and I'm not cutting to the other actor. You have to hold this shot.
Wow.
And it's pages of dialogue, and it's a monologue that he has to finally come up with and he did it, and he did that. So I think that was more difficult. Like for example, he told me he's never really acted with gliss, and he was doing it for the first time. And I think Shraddha knows that with me, that you need to just carry with your water bottle. You have to carry a bottle of gliss.
Yeah, he had said that to my makeup guy also. He had said, "Dada, आप glycerine के डब्बे मंगा लो, bottle मंगा लो."
There are two confirmed characters in a Mohit Suri film.
Glycerine
That is intense romance and glycerine.
And guitar also.
And
guitar.
music.
अरे यार
3.
no, we have to end the show by you singing anyway. But before that, we play a game.
Because
Today you can say half.
Half girlfriend
yeah.
promotion, we can go half.
Yeah, you can go.
Yeah, we can.
Nah?
We can go
Yep.
like this.
Never have I ever seen a movie twice to understand it. ये अच्छा दिखा रहा है कि बुरा दिखा रहा है? I have. कौन सी मूवी देखी है आपने?
Lots of films.
Okay, Arjun hasn't.
Inception 5 times.
What?
Inception 5 times.
I also, because then I miss some nuances, then I want to watch it.
हाँ,
again.
but that is different from understanding it. Like वो ऐसा नहीं कि समझ में नहीं. No, I'm asking you, is that what you meant? कि बिल्कुल bouncer गई तो.
bouncer गई.
हाँ, उसके लिए
बिल्कुल
नहीं.
bouncer गई.
बिल्कुल bouncer नहीं. I want to know which level of dream they were at in Inception.
हाँ, वो but that is your inquisitive.
But मुझे नोलन की फिल्म या गई है bouncer. Yes. Anyway, never have I ever gone on a double date on the same day.
Double date on the same day
मतलब 4 लड़की या 2 लड़की.
वही तो कंफ्यूज कर दिया तूने यार. इधर हाफ गर्लफ्रेंड के पीछे भाग रहा हूँ, तुम डबल डेट के मतलब एक दिन में 2 लड़की के साथ डेट ना. दैट इज व्हाट यू आस्किंग. यार मेरा तो एक के साथ ही प्रॉब्लम होता था.
अरे यार.
उस
Never. So you have.
Oh.
therefore the angst.
Never have I ever pressed send and then immediately regretted it. Everyone has,
Oh, yes.
haven't you? God.
क्रोध.
Krodh?
Anger makes you type things and then you should just take 2-3 deep breaths, but we don't do that.
Never have I ever cried in a vanity van. Like literally cried. Or probably got emotional. Say that's the thing. Oh, you have?
In a
I cry quite a lot.
in a vanity van never.
So the
in a
venue
personal
doesn't
moment,
matter much.
Yeah.
Yeah? What
मतलब
was
I've had an intimate moment of crying and breaking down, but vanity van type में नहीं हुआ. You confused.
Every film I've cried.
तू बता मुझे vanity van में क्या हुआ?
When I was uncast for a film that I was cast for.
But you were shooting for something
And I
else
was
when you
shooting
came
for
to
Ashiki
know.
2.
And she came and gave the most brilliant scene that day.
I know which film also it must have been. I'll tell you later.
He knows everything.
Never have I ever lost a fortune on a bet.
Define fortune. यार. Define fortune.
No.
जब पैसे नहीं
थोड़े
कमा रहे थे
पैसे.
तो थोड़े भी ज्यादा लगते हैं.
Day before yesterday. I lost 10,000 rupees to Tushar Hindanandi. He told me, फिर भी तुमको चाहूँगा will be in huge rage, and it was in 4 days. 10,000 rupees.
And you? On a football match?
नहीं फुटबॉल नहीं. मैं यार नया जब आईपीएल शुरू हुआ था तो दोस्त सब बैटिंग कर रहे थे तो मैंने भी कर दी थी. पर ऑब्वियसली आई एम वेरी इमोशनल. आई एम नॉट अ गैम्बलर. आई एम एन इमोशनल पर्सन. आई लाइक बैटिंग ऑन द अंडरडॉग. तो अंडरडॉग का दिन कभी कभी आता है, हर बार नहीं आता. तो जो फेवरेट्स है वही जीत रहे थे. तो आई लॉस्ट अ लॉट ऑफ मनी कंसेक्यूटिवली. आफ्टर दैट आई लेफ्ट गैम्बलिंग ऑन क्रिकेट.
Never have I ever done something I regret. We all have, right?
Who is going to say
all
never for
that I
that?
regret. हाँ, कुछ चीजें हैं.
Never have I ever lied to a journalist. Come on. Be
About?
real. About what?
This is just never have I ever. It's not.
So what?
Never
Okay.
have I
Have you lied to
ever
me?
My
about-
answer is different.
Never.
Never.
Okay. Well, you perform well. Let me now.
I said the most honestly.
यार अपने लिए तो
Physically
क्या,
get up.
अपने को कोई पिक्चर करनी है और अनाउंसमेंट नहीं आया तो हमको तो झूठ बोलना पड़ता है ना कि अभी तक पता भी नहीं कि हम कर रहे हैं कि
नहीं,
उतना
that's
भी
more
झूठ.
diplomatic.
अरे पर झूठ है ना.
True.
Unless you don't name
वो
a
ऑप्शन कभी था ही नहीं.
Acha, one sec. Are we getting gifts? Because you
ये
give
देख
very
यार,
cute gifts.
But I gave the most
I'm
honest
very-
answers.
You
He
guys
gave
have.
me an R.D. Burman book,
You guys
a
have-
Beatles book, and he gave me a
he has a
minion,
special.
Listen,
gift.
and he
You
gave
gave me
a pillow.
dosa also.
A pillow saying,
on
"I
Twitter,
love dancing."
on Twitter, he said he's giving me a car.
Okay, wait, hold on. Yes, I have. I have a car for him. I have a car for him. First, on my left. So you'll have to. Huh?
I actually have a Pulp Fiction
Dear
poster in
Arjun,
the office. I have-
what if Madhav Jha wasn't a basketball freak but instead a cyclist? How would he win Riya Somani's heart?
अब खोले.
बच जाता तो इतना तेरे को भागना नहीं पड़ता पिक्चर में. You
पहले
only-
बता देते यार, साइकिल अच्छा आइडिया था.
पूरी पिक्चर में भाग रहा है. You know, see Shraddha gift. Gift आया है.
अभी दिख गया ना.
So that's the storyboard of Madhav Jha if he was a cyclist.
Oh,
If he was a cyclist and you were and Riya Somani was in the car.
In the car.
And what is the end? Pedal to work
Well,
or for
ideally,
leisure.
it's about Keeping
speed or style, exercise or pleasure, or just the love of it. Apology. That is the person who's.
Well, yeah.
Okay. Well. Thank you so much.
Sorry.
For Shraddha.
Why she gets bigger?
यार वो
Dear Shraddha, why go to the US when you could have hidden from Madhav Jha in our own stampede? Hey Madhav, try finding Leah here.
let's try finding Rhea.
Why hers is bigger?
Okay, this tape is
Half है ना?
एक्चुअली देवांश ने पिछले पिक्चर के प्रमोशन में पैक करा के रखे थे और अब मौका मिला तो उसके ऊपर अभी नए नए कैरेक्टर का नाम लिख के दे दिए.
I love it!
Is she actually in here somewhere?
It's so
No.
cool.
कोनो भी कोने से खोज निकालेंगे, ढूंढ निकालेंगे.
This is so cool.
Where's Rhea Somani? Let's
अरे पर असली में डाला है तूने तो मैं ढूंढ
नहीं डाला
निकालूंगा.
है.
तो कहाँ से ढूंढूंगा?
कोई तो ढूंढ ले.
So guys, this is
किसी को भी ढूंढ लो. ये देखो आज की मौका.
This is damn cool, yeah. Shraddha, I'm robbing this.
Thank you, Neil. Thank you, Devansh.
And
I
Mohit
really
Suri
love
का.
it.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much. I love it. It's awesome. Oy, ma.
ये आपकी गाड़ी. पढ़ो.
Acha. So dear Mohit, if Ekta can gift you a car, so can Devansh Bhagat. थोड़ा budget difference है ना?
हाँ.
थोड़ा सा. और आई थिंक उतने काम नहीं आएगी. I don't think you can come to Film City for shooting in this.
I love it. It is so
The
cool.
ambassadors of India.
क्या बात है?
You know,
Which one will you fit in though?
The pink ambassador is
The
cool.
pink?
Yeah. Oh, this is damn good, huh? I have a story on this. I was I was shooting in Hong Kong for Avarapan, and there were Chinese fighters, and there also, the fighters when I was taking the shot came out of the car like this and they stood like our Indian fighters only. So if you're a fighter wherever, the body language is the same.
I want an ambassador for myself.
तो आप ले लें, exchange कर लें.
आप तीनों ही ले लो
I want to
भाई.
get one for myself.
आप सब ले लो. जो हमारा है वो आपका ही
An
है.
actual ambassador.
So
Actually, हमारा better है तेरे से. हमारा हम दोनों का better है तेरे से.
okay, we're gonna end this by singing Barish. Come on.
Come on.
Let you start, please. Come on. Ash is not here, but
ये मौसम
की बारिश, ये बारिश का पानी, ये पानी की बूंदे तुझे ही तो ढूंढे, ये मिलने की ख्वाहिश, ये ख्वाहिश पुरानी हो पूरी तुझी से मेरी ये कहानी.
Tang 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 tang.
thank you so much for gracing Bollywood Times.
Thank you so
for
much.
having us.
And
Thank
hope you guys love the gifts.
Thank you. Love.
Thank you, Baba.
Another one from you, Devansh.
Hi, this is Arjun Kapoor.
Hi, this is Shraddha Kapoor and you're watching Bollywood Times with Devansh Patel.